Basically, like, your whole life you go around, people telling you, like family members, your mother, my mom telling me, like, be careful, walk in pairs, don't go out late at night, watch what you wear. I went out with my friends just on like a regular night, like nothing, I wouldn't have ever expected anything of it. Someone said they wanted to talk because they weren't feeling well, and like, I don't think I'm naive. I've never thought of myself as naive. I've always thought of myself as strong or smart and, streetwise as well. Like, I know, So when someone asked me to talk because they weren't feeling good and they were having a bad day and things were wrong, I thought I was genuinely being a good person and being there for someone in need, I thought I was there for just to help, and I wasn't. And all I was thinking was how I couldn't talk and how I couldn't hear myself. And I'd never been in a place where I couldn't talk or never had a voice, because I would voice my opinion, I would voice, any issues, and I was in a place where I completely lost my voice. I spent the next day, like, thinking about all the things I did wrong. Thinking about, what my mom said, what did I wear? What was I doing? Did I give off a kind of message? And not, I questioned myself. So 2 days later, I told a friend, and I told 3 friends. They pretty much didn't know how to listen, It was more so like echoes of what my mom said, or, well, what were you doing? Why, why did he think that it was okay? Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything? And for me, that was the toughest thing. Didn't go to classes. I didn't go where I knew I would see that person. Anywhere I thought he'd be on my way to class, I would avoid that class. I allowed myself to fail, I guess. Fail academically, fail socially, fail within my organizations, and I knew I wasn't a failure. You know what I'm saying? So a week later, I went to the Women's Resources Center. Reaching out for help for me was one of the hardest things to do. As a woman of color, it's hard. You never want to make excuses for yourself because you gotta be 10 times better, 10 times less excuses, 10 times more hardworking to even get the same opportunities. I made the decision to not report to the police. And I did that with intent. The person was a member of a fraternity, a black fraternity on this campus, and I did think about what that would mean for the black fraternity, and many of the fraternity members who I actually knew, who were on campus doing things that were positive and were not out here committing crimes and hurting people and ruining people's lives. All the other people that would cause problems for, and I tried to take that pain. So Pat wrote the letter, basically reporting the incident that occurred, and just, she gave me the letter, and she said, you don't have to send this to anyone. I won't send this to anyone. I won't do anything with it. But this is just a letter saying that you have been through trauma and you had a traumatic experience, and that this is your validation, essentially. Like, she didn't say that, but for me, that's what I felt. Later on, the only time I used that letter, I gave to my dean in the College of Education. And I went from a 3.7 GPA to a 1 point something. they were wondering why. Why do you have all these A's and so you do so well here, and then similar classes you have F's? That's why. And I let one of my deans know that. And the only thing I really had to say in that, looking back at that experience, was that letter that Pat wrote me. So my friend Lindsay was working on a project that summer herself. She was working on creating an event, and basically It Happens Here was the event, and she wanted to bring it on campus and then create an organization called Students Against Sexual Assault. And basically I was just there to support my friend, help her start her org, be on her executive board, because what do friends do? But Students Against Sexual Assault and all the work we do, and that was where I found my voice again.
You really just want to talk to us and get some feedback from like-minded people who feel how you feel, or you want confirmation and validity and to say like you're okay and what you're feeling is okay, and that's completely fine. We're here to do that for you tonight.
In helping other people, in seeing other people's stories, and just understanding their struggle, that to me was the biggest part in my healing process. What it means to be a Black woman, what it means to be a woman of color. You just kind of have to deal with those things and try to be strong for those, for those around you, for your family, because you have a goal. You're here to make a difference, and you don't mention that a lot. And sometimes those weights and those things on your shoulders that you carry around every day that people don't see or don't ask you about really affect you. Struggling with my anxiety, and then having this issue on top of that, having panic attacks every day and every night, not being able to sleep. It's something I tried to hide from and tried to put on the front for people. I have moments where I would just couldn't breathe. I would hyperventilate and have flashbacks, and never was okay enough, or never thought I needed to go to the counseling center. And I want this to be my moment and my voice, and letting other people know that it's okay to say that you're struggling. Mental health is so important, and it's something we don't talk about in our communities. I have never told my family, because I knew that they want the best for me. And would they want me to leave this school? Would they want me to go somewhere else and focus on my studies? Or no. I intentionally withheld that information from them because I knew I could overcome. Because I knew I would say, no, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to struggle, and it'll be hard, and it'll be a long road, but I'm going to graduate. And I'm going to show everyone and the person who did this that you're not going to stand in my way. And along the way, I'm going to find other people who are hurt and who this happened to, and I'm going to stand with them and say, we made it together.
This is a public service announcement for those who feel like their voices aren't loud enough, that stifling silence of survivors. Let's give it back to them. When your clothes and your voice is taken away by your perpetrator and the people pledging to protect you, we'll scream for you.
Although I've been through this and had this not so great traumatic experience that changed the way I saw things, and at one point made me feel completely lost, I want to know that it happened for a reason, and that something better comes of it. And that something better for me would be being able to support other people and make people aware of these issues and let them know that this happens, it happens here, it happens now, and let's do something about it, and let's do it together.